Paul here from Miniature Battles, looking at the Tyranid Codex and the optional assembly for the Exocrine, or the Harsebucks. Harsebucks are hard, but lots of bucks if you're paying dollars on these things to Games Workshop. Just want to go over the book real quick. A couple of big hit items that I saw in there. I'm not going to really go through everything. Instinctive behavior has changed for it. Now there's a lurk, feed, and hunt, and each one of those has something that you can do. I think the Forced Warlord traits are better in this book than they were in the last book, because you had to go off of whatever the Warlord trait, the Warlord traits were out of the main rule book. Now they've got their own. Let's see. You have to have 2 pairs of scything talons to get extra attacks, which was not in the last book. Trigons don't get rerolls anymore. What else? Psychic is all random now. You have to roll for their psychic abilities, which I think sucks. But hey, I didn't pay it. You can't have the Doom Malachi anymore. It won't. There's a section in there with the Eldar saying that it was a hollowed out car piece when they found it. So excuse me, that's out. Let's see, the flyer harpy. It looks like I'm going to stay with the harpy on that, because I think the drill cannon on the other one, I don't forget what the name of it is. Let's see. I got it here somewhere floating around. It's called, no, those are Eldar. I don't know if they're Eldar. What is it called? It is called Harpy or something else. Yeah, that's it. It's still called something else that I can't remember, and I'm not going to open the box and look. But that's going to be my fast attack, I think. You can go with 2 of them. I might go Harpy and then the other one for the Drool Cannon, so you can get the Vector Strike in there and everything else, but who knows. The Malloc now seems to be a prime thing for people to use, because it can burrow, it can mishap and go back into reserve and come back out next turn. It's also 60 points cheaper, which is kind of nice, because it was very expensive for what it didn't do in the last one. All it was basically a pop up, eat a bunch of stuff right there, and then get killed. So it looks like it's still going to be the same thing: pop up, eat a bunch of stuff, and get killed, unless you can figure a way to stay alive long enough to keep it for another turn after turn 2. The other thing is Synapse was a big question, with some of the Synapse stuff going away, especially now that the Turvagon can't spawn. It spawns Gaunts, but it's only a headquarters choice now. If you take the Crone, the Gnome Crone, I think is what it's called, you add 8 inches to your Synapse range for that creature, and remember, it only has to touch one of the Gaunts or one of the other units to affect the whole unit. So if your one unit is closest to 18 inches and the rest of it's within 2 inches of that going away, it affects everybody. So that's actually still pretty cool. So if you place them right, I mean, you can really have some serious Synapse, and you really didn't lose anything, even though they took it away from a lot of the characters that they had. This is a swarm army. I never really had a long range issue before, so when this came out, I bought it for the intensive purposes of building 2 of the Exocrines, because I always liked long range for some of these support fire that the Gaunts didn't have before. I mean, you had a Trigon, but really they didn't have anything really shooty for this army, which also has changed in the Hive Guard. They also become a little bit better shooting wise, and you know, the AP on some of the weapons still stinks, but it's a better shooty type army than it was before, and I think that might have been the direction that Games Workshop was going with it. All in all, I think the book was fairly well written. I think it was not a slam dunk for them to go with it, but I think that you're going to see probably an update or an errata come out with it fairly soon, because there's a few things that I couldn't figure out and need to be answered, so I'll send an email to them and ask them. But at any rate, if you're on the YouTube website, please go to our website. It's miniaturebattles.com. If you're on our website and you have any questions, please send us a contact email. This is Paul from Miniature Battles saying have a good day. Happy wargaming.